We bought a wardrobe. This was an old wardrobe, but we did not know that it was a haunted wardrobe. And right now, we have a lot of problems that we are experiencing. The more that we try to pray, then these spiritual attacks that we will be receiving as a family, they become worse and worse. Brother Nashi, how are you? There was this other woman. This woman, she was staying in the same neighborhood where I had been staying with my husband. So this woman, she said that she wanted to change houses. She was going to move from that location. She was going to stay in another location. She then said that she did not want some of the furniture that she had been using for years and years. Please never buy things that are old from people, because you are inheriting the spiritual problems that other people would have inherited from other people. We did not know that when she was selling this wardrobe to us, this was a way of her trying to remove all of those demonic forces that had been afflicting her and her family for a very long time. When they were changing houses from the place where she was staying, it was not because they just wanted to go and stay in another location. They did not have peace. They did not know peace anymore because of the spiritual attacks that they were facing. I blame this woman because she was supposed to tell me, she was supposed to warn me that this was what I was going to get myself involved in. At least I could have known, at least I could have prayed about it. But I did not pray. Instead of praying first to God so that God can give me a revelation if this was what I was supposed to do, to buy this wardrobe. But when my husband told me that there is someone that is selling their wardrobe, I just rushed in. I just jumped in and I told myself that let us buy this, and we did not even need this wardrobe. We just bought it because we thought that it was too cheap. When they say that cheap things, they are expensive, I am telling you, they are really expensive. The money that we used to buy this second-hand wardrobe, if we had gone to buy a wardrobe maybe in a shop where they sell these cheap fake wardrobes, it was a little bit better. Because if a cheap wardrobe that you have bought for cash and it was a brand new, when you do not want it, if it is broken down, you will just take those wooden planks and you will just use them as firewood. But this is a wardrobe that is speaking, Brother Nash. It is original and it is genuine, and it seems as if in the shop you cannot buy it because it is really expensive. It is an old wardrobe that most of the people that love to collect items can buy, but we have been trying to find someone. We can't get someone to buy this wardrobe from us. So this woman, she sold it to us after my husband, when he was returning back from work, he was then told that there was a woman who was selling a wardrobe from our street. He then went there, he looked at the wardrobe and saw that it was really nice and the price, it was too good to be true. I then said, let us sell this for our daughter. So we have our daughter, who is our last born. In her room, we did not have anywhere to put her clothes because we do not have those fitted wardrobes. So we bought that wardrobe for our daughter, and then we put it inside of her room because it was really cheap. This wardrobe, it is so beautiful. The wood, it is nicely polished, and it was made a very long time ago, and they were using original wood. It is very heavy. You can't even lift it up. The kind that white people, those that love to collect, buy those old wardrobes. So after we had bought this wardrobe, we placed it inside my daughter's room. What started to bother me and worried me was that this wardrobe, it would have a certain smell early in the morning and just after sunset, before it will get dark. If you would enter into my daughter's bedroom, then the smell that will be inside of her bedroom, it would make you wonder what's going on here. This was after my daughter started to suffer from sinuses, and I thought that maybe there was a moisture that was coming from the foundation of the house. So I started to investigate. one day I then opened the wardrobe and I realized that no, man, the smell, it is not coming from the foundation. This moisture, it is coming from the wardrobe. How was it even possible that a wardrobe can have moisture from the inside? This smell, it was as if it was soil that was smelling, or some compost. That was the smell that was coming out of that wardrobe. So me as the mother, I then said maybe it is the wood that was used to make this wardrobe that is getting rotten. I then looked up for the chemicals that one can use on Google, and then I went and I bought those chemicals. I returned back home with my gloves on and my small bucket with my cleansing chemicals, and I started to clean the inside of that wardrobe, thinking that maybe this was going to assist us. So after I had cleaned everything, that very same night, that was when the spiritual attacks started. It was at night when the spiritual attacks started. So my daughter Tandi, she came running to our bedroom. She was so scared. I had never seen my daughter scared like the way that she was scared on that night. She was crying. She was screaming on top of her voice. She was like, "Mom, mom, mom, mom." And I said, "What is it, Tandim?" I was irritated because I thought that she just wanted to sleep with her parents. She said, "Mom, there is a girl that is inside of the wardrobe that you bought for me." So I thought that Tandim, maybe she was just having sleepless nights, and I was really bored because me and her dad, we were enjoying in our bedroom, and then she just came knocking, so we stopped whatever that we were doing. I then told the father to go with Tandi to her bedroom and to just make sure that he opened the door so that she can be satisfied that there was nothing that was in there. So the dad went in there, opened the wardrobe, and he was like, "Tandi, can you see? There is only clothes. It is only clothes in here." And we were laughing when he came back. So after Tandi had gone back to sleep, it was around 2:30 early in the morning. I woke up because I heard that there was someone that was singing. This person, I was having a dream where I was seeing someone that was singing a nice song. Then I started to wake up slowly and slowly. I was coming back to my senses. When I fully came back to my senses and I was now wide awake, that was when I realized that the person that was singing was still singing, but this person that was singing, it was not an adult, but it was a young person, a young girl that was singing, and this voice, it was coming from Tandi's room. I then woke up my husband, thinking that maybe I'm the one that is going crazy. When I woke up my husband, he woke up, and then I said, "There is someone that is like singing, and is it Tandi? Do you think that it is Tandi who might be singing? But it's late. It is really late." So my husband then said, "No, I don't think that it is Tandi. What is going on here?" So we woke up. I was really scared. This was like the first time that I was really scared of what was happening. So both of us, we then woke up. We walked slowly from the bedroom to Tandi's room. As we were walking, it was as if that person that was inside of Tandi's room knew that we were approaching Tandi's room, and they started to sing loudly. It was getting louder and louder and louder, and it had an echo to it. So when we entered into Tandi's room, what surprised us was that Tandi, she was fast asleep. She was even snoring with a loud noise that was coming out of her room. We even wondered, how was it even possible that she was fast asleep? It was as if she had played a prank on us. She had been singing. When she noticed that we were opening the door to her room, then she went and she jumped into bed and she started snoring. I touched her and I saw that no, she was fast asleep. Her eyes were not moving, even though she had her eyes closed. They were not moving at all, which meant that she was fast asleep. She was not even she was not lying. She could have laughed at us if this was a prank with the way that we were so scared. All along, we had not even noticed that the wardrobe door, it was wide open. One of the door was still closed. Then it opened on its own. We then saw it. It just appeared and then it disappeared. For a brief moment, we saw that inside there was a small girl that was standing there in the dark, but we managed to see that there was a person that was standing in the dark. I then started to praying, and I was praying to God, chasing away that demonic spirit that I had seen in the wardrobe of my daughter. As for my husband, he switched on the light really fast. After he had switched on the light, we did not see any person. There was nothing. That girl, she had just vanished and disappeared. That next morning, we then woke up, and then we went to that woman because we contacted her, and then we told her that these were some of the things that had happened ever since we had taken the wardrobe. The house was getting smelly. It was smelling moisture, like someone had taken soil from a compost and had deposited that soil in our bedrooms. It was really smelly at all the times, and we were all suffering from sinuses that one could not even understand. That was when that woman told us the truth. People are really evil out there. They will sell you stuff that you do not even know that this is demonic stuff, but still they will give it to you. When we spoke with that woman, this woman then said to us, "Oh, that wardrobe, it was also giving me some problems. That is why I had to sell it. Are you not able to find someone who can sell it? You can even sell it for a cheap price so that it can be sold really fast." And we're like, so this woman, she sold this haunted wardrobe to us. She knew everything, but she was pretending as if she did not even know anything. How cruel and evil is this woman? We then started to walk around looking for a prophet that can assist us. After we had found one prophet, that was when we came back to the house, and something in us told us to lift the wardrobe. When we lifted the wardrobe, we saw that at the back of the wardrobe there was a photo. How this photo went on the back of the wardrobe, we do not even know, because when we went to collect this wardrobe, there was nothing at the back of the wardrobe. Even when we were offloading the wardrobe from the car after we had gone to collect it from that woman's house, it was empty. We looked everywhere because we wanted to check and see if that woman had forgotten anything that was of importance in our wardrobe. So it surprised us when we lifted the wardrobe and we pushed it. We were looking at the back, and then we saw that there was a picture. So this picture, we saw that it is a young woman that is on that picture, and there were words that were written at the back of the picture, and it was written like, "Please do not close my house anymore. Just leave the doors to my house wide open. I do not like it." We then started to consult again with different sangomas, also asking people from the area where this woman originated from. We then heard what happened in that area where she was staying. A lot of people, they know about this wardrobe that we now have in our house. She moved from that location where she was staying because she was experiencing some challenges because of the wardrobe. This wardrobe had been speaking to her daughter, and her daughter was acting as if she was totally mad. The people that we spoke with, including the woman that sold the wardrobe to us, and she has simply refused to take this wardrobe from us. And as we are speaking right now, we are not allowed to go to the house where she is staying anymore, because she went and she reported us to the police, and she said to the police that we are harassing her. So she has a protection order. We are not allowed to go near the house where she is staying, even in the street where she stays. If we are seen walking around that street, we can even get arrested, because she said, I can't take that wardrobe back. I have already sold it to you. Look for someone else who will be willing to buy it from you, just like the way that you guys bought the wardrobe from us. We have been searching for a buyer. There is no one that wants to buy this wardrobe. It is really nice. People, they look at it and they are like, this wardrobe, I want it, but I do not have money right now. When I have money, I am going to come, and then we can see if we are able to negotiate to the price that you want, and then I can get the wardrobe from you. So we are stuck with this haunted object that we have in my home. The story is that this girl, she was someone that was abused quite a lot by her mother, who seemed to be mentally challenged. But people, they were in denial, including the relatives, that the mother, she had some mental health issues, and this was what she used to do. She will beat this girl that we saw on the photograph. So that girl, she was beaten almost each and every day, according to the stories that we had, by her mother. And she ended up hiding in the wardrobe. Each and every time when her mother will start to act really abusive towards her, she would run and she would go and hide in the wardrobe. One day, when her mother looked for her and found her hiding in the wardrobe, all that she did was that she took a rope and she tied that rope around the wardrobe so tight, such that this girl, she could not get out of the wardrobe, because she said that, I want to go out. When I come back, I want to continue beating you. So when she went, she had a gas stove that she forgot to switch off, and she was cooking. She just went, and then there was an explosion that was heard, and everything was burnt down, including that girl. She suffocated to death. But what surprised people was that the wardrobe was the only thing that was not burnt to the ground inside of that home. And then they decided to sell the wardrobe. So that is how this wardrobe has been exchanging hands from one person to another. And now we are foolish. We are the foolish people that have recently bought this wardrobe. We do not even know what else to do. If you know anyone that buys items that are haunted, let them give you their phone numbers, and I can speak with them, and they can come, and then they can take this thing. We thought that we had bought a nice wardrobe that seems to be so expensive, thinking that later on in the future we can go with it to an auction and we can sell it for a better price. But now we are regretting because of the spiritual attacks. It is even difficult to stay in the house, especially in the house where we have put it now. We have taken one room and we have locked that room. We have decided that we are not going to use it anymore. There are strange sounds that can be heard coming out of that room. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to us by one of our dear sister. Let us speak with our dear sister in the comment section. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Can you imagine? Have you ever bought something, after buying whatever that you bought, then you started to see that your life, it is no longer enjoyable like the way that it used to? And when you consult, you are told that you bought something that came with evil spirits. You can come and you can share that story with us on our inbox. I'll be back with another story.